really gives the upper echelon players a chance to, scrape out a bit of a lead versus the rest of the pack and kind of move to the front. We had a pretty exciting race a couple nights ago when I was on the commentary. We had a lighter party that scraped through. Artea got all the way to the Temple of Fiends Revisited ahead of anybody else, which is the kind of thing you expect with him. But then he was unfortunately wiped right at the end, was passed by some other runners, and eventually forfeited. All right, here we go. Let's have a look in the shops. Level 1 White Magic, Invis 2 for sale. In Black Magic, we got Ice 3. That'll be a taker.
Oh, that's pretty much good. Ice 3 is not that bad for the early game, but I actually prefer Lit 3 if it's maybe in Provoca at this rate.
Got some Chain Armor for the Red Mage. That's about as good as it gets for him for $5.
But those prices on the soft potions, not that exciting for a good price. And some golden early TOF.
Haha! $400 soft potions and $1 in the bottom left Temple of Fiends chest. That's nice and trolly.
Ooh, and Tristle decided he's going straight to Matoya's. No, he's going straight to Provoca, never mind.
Well, it's not clear, but one or the other for sure, yeah.
Oh, Minochi actually picked up the Zeus Gauntlet, so that's going to be helpful.
That's exactly what you were talking about. It's the kind of thing you wanted to see, right? A little AoE right off the bat to grease the wheels a bit.
Ooh, spiders have Squint though, which is not that good because we know what Squint does. It's they up there, let's prove it. It's in depth if anyone doesn't know it. And Chill says nope, he's gonna jump out.
Alright, Tristle's gonna take on the Pirates. He's got Ice 3, that's all he's gonna bother with. Pirates do have Stop though, which is gonna cause a bit of a problem. And he resets out of that right away.
Well, those pirates are not going to be friendly at all.
No, I can see this being a bit of a problem. Who rolled this seed anyway?
Okay. I'll give up the guilty part. I actually rolled this seed for everyone. It's basically a Kaifoon seed.
Kaifoon or Kaifood? So far, the only people getting eaten up are Crystal's poor party. Keep getting stopped. So he's gonna move his red mage to the front of the party. If you're asking why, when the turn order is generated, the enemies and allies are placed in order and then shuffled randomly, something like 17 times. So by moving his red mage to the front of his party, he has the slightly better chance of going first, and would you look at that, he does. And there he gets off his Ice 3, and he'll finish off his Pirates. So.
Meanwhile, Show's taking on Mr. Garland, which will be easy enough.
Yeah, with level 1 Ice 3, you got not much to worry about here.
Well, so far we haven't seen a TNT yet, so it could be a Matoya's or it could be a mandatory march for everyone.
We could also have some lazy dwarves, don't forget about that.
Yes, and of course, you don't want to hear me rant about lazy dwarves. And hello, cheap tents and cabins.
Except for those expensive softs. Pures and heals are pretty much being given away too, so good stuff. Everybody will be happy with that. And the houses are only 238, so everything very affordable except for the softs, which is going to make people happy. Alright, Minochi's popping in to visit Matoya. Let's see what we got here. Some vendor trash and about 4,500 bucks. The Vorpal sword's not going to see any action, I'm afraid. And the silver helmet is unequipable by any of these four, so just some money for the war chest.
Well, rip one of the black belts in Minochi's side.
Yeah, he might just leave that. You never know if it's time. He's got his Zeus Gauntlet. He's got his Ice 3. That might be all he needs.
And Tristan's gonna be happy that he's gonna see what he's gonna get at Matoya's with 4K gold, Vorpal, and of course the silver helmet, which is gonna be sold usually.
Yeah, sailing here is probably slightly faster than stopping here on the way to Provoca, because you move faster in the boat. So he'll be glad to see that he did it in the right order. I mean, everybody's going to go there eventually. You're not going to skip it just in case it did have something like TNT. So you got to go there just to play it safe. So by sailing, he's done about as well as he can for time. So he's got to feel good about that at least.
Oh, this is kind of bad for Minochi because he ran into 4 mad ponies.
Yeah, they're mad, all right. I'm pretty angry with him. I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. Oh, he gets the Ice 3 off.
I would want to run away from the mad ponies because that's actually sometimes a really good grind before the pirates.
Yeah, I think he was taking it safe. That would have been a lot of EXP, though, if he had hung on. Like, that mad pony could have only had another 20 or so health, but he wasn't in the mood to wipe, so I guess he had to play it safe.
Ooh, bad black magic up at Provoca, just providing just lit 1 and I forgot the art spell, but there's a heal 2 and cure 2 in the white magic in level 2.
Yeah, heal 2's alright. Won't be too upset about that, and cure 2 as well.
But would you take a cure 2 over a heal 2? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm partial to the heal. When the level is equal, heal 2 is very close to, like, there's... Personally, I feel that generally you're going to want heal 2. But, I mean, if you only have one wounded party member, you're outside of battle, something like that, I guess cure 2 might have a slightly higher max there.
Ooh, by the way, creeps have mute.
Yeah, that pretty much means Show's probably going to run away from this.
And then Momonochi just realized that the pirates have stopped, so he had to reset.
Yeah, I think these people are seasoned enough. They're going to save before the pirates, so you got to expect a little bit of bad luck, but stop, not so bad. Because you got your AoE. So yeah, it's going to trigger a reset just like anything that would have killed you was, but at least you've got Ice 3, you've got the Zeus gauntlets, you got a good shot of being able to take them out.
By the way, I didn't realize that there was probing in the TOF.
Yeah, right beside the Zeus gauntlet. That's a nice thing too. It's got the instant death protection, death element. It doesn't protect against all instant death effects. This game has instant death effects that have all kinds of different elements. Poison element, stone element, time element, death element, and Pro Ring is only going to protect you against the death element once, but that's still something, and it has 8 absorb, so it's also tied for the best hand armor in the game. With the resistance, it is simply the best hand armor in the game, so nothing wrong with finding one of those right off the bat.
Question in chat, Spiders Group 2 in TOF? That one, I'm not sure if they are Group 2 for the Spiders. Do you know anything about it, Nitz?
I can't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to bust out the FF Hackser and have a look. Fuchsia also in chat says he thinks so.
And Mia saying sell the Vorpal. I actually agreed to that move.
Oh yeah, you can cash that thing in. I mean, let's hope that you're not gonna promote your red mage and then depend on that Vorpal killing things for you. I think you better have a better plan than that.
And Tristle's heading to the Lazy Dwarves. Let's see what they have.
Yeah, this is one of those things that some people will skip for the time, thinking, there's only a couple chests here, probably won't have the TNT, I'll come back after I do Marsh. I like going here first, even if it does waste time most of the time. Oh ho ho! And there is the crown, which does mean that we could have a crown lock TNT as well. So Tristle, very happy to find that. Totally validates his choice to go there first. You always feel good about decisions when you make the right one, even if it was just guess.
So that means either they could go to Northwest Castle right now after Elfland, or they could take that weird gamble at Marsh.
Yeah, I don't like the Marsh gamble, especially now that you're going to go get the Mystic Key. You can grind a few more levels while you're sailing around, and then once you got the Mystic Key, if you do have to go to Marsh still, because, say, the TNT is down there, at least you could full clear it if you want to. So it opens up more doors if you just do the crown quest now.
Yeah, I would go straight to chain the crown chest because it's early. It's kind of plus you got access to free chest.
Yeah, you can see what kind of magic you've got in Elfland on the way there, and besides that, you got Ice 3. So hopefully, if that kindly old king turns out to be not as kindly and old as at first thought, you've got the tools to deal with him.
We'll see what my king can do.
I mean, there's nothing to fear. It's just a kindly old king. I'm sure he'll hand over the crystal no problemo, but just in case, you better bring some heat. Or some ice, as the case may be.
Ooh, level 3 Bane, Warp, and Temper.
Some good stuff right there. You better check the white magic before you buy the Bane. Or not. Did he leave some room? He must have left some room, on his red mage. Yeah, Cure 4. Oh, he didn't. And then he had to reset out to go buy Cure 4. So that's a bit of a rookie mistake there from Crystal. I'm surprised to see him do something like that. But here he is.
It might not be a mistake though, because remember, level 3 is loaded, so he has to choose which spells are worth it.
Well, I mean, the fact that he didn't even check the white magic before he bought 3 black magic spells and had to reset out to make room for Cure 4, that's just a straight up mistake.
Oh wow, that's right. Fuchsia just corrected us. Q4 is unavailable for the red mage.
Then what did he reset for? Mysteries never cease.
I'll ask Tristan once he gets on the interview later on.
yeah. Should he pop in later, we'll have some questions for him for sure. Alright, time to stock up on some cheap heals and head off for that kindly old king.
It seems like you have to promote the to Wizard to get Cure 4 and Fate, unfortunately. Actually, Q4 is not available. Actually, only the
Yeah, no, the white magic spells, the only ones that become available that I recall are the Ruse slot and then some of the higher level ones. So he's never getting Cure 4.
This would have been perfect if it was the next stage.
Yeah, all the harms and heal slots are permanently forbidden from the red classes, just like all the instant death spells, I believe, on the black magic side are. Those are the slots that are generally excluded from red mages. That's how I remember anyway, it's not perfect.
Let's see what Astro's packing.
And Astos goes down without too much of a fight. Didn't look like he had anything particularly bad. A couple of Zeus gauntlets, some Ice 3, it's all over. Time to go return that crystal. Meanwhile, Shofukomachi, Monochi now in Elfland taking care of business themselves. No doubt heading over to the Northwest Castle shortly thereafter.
But level 4 black magic is not that good except for Zap.
Yeah, you're not gonna see Saber come into play because it's caster only. They're really gonna hope for the power bonk. If that thing doesn't turn up, you're gonna grind your black belts all the way up one way or the other, and you're probably not gonna need Saber either.
Oh, and shouts to Mia. He's calling TNT in Northwest Castle lock.
All right, I'll allow it. I'm kind of got my fingers crossed for key lock down in Marsh, but that's not very likely. I guess it's about as just as likely as it being in the Northwest Castle.
By the way, Chad, where do you think the TNT might be at? There's plenty of locations after the crown change, so put your guesses right now.
Yeah, we got Temple of Fiends. Any takers for? We could be Vanilla. It could be in Corneria. It could be in that
Dwarves.
big Dwarves room. That's good likelihood there. Or it could be in any one of many chests, just in Marsh, whether or not it's key locked. It's likely to be key locked because we found the crown, so that increases the possibilities significantly.
Wow, mandatory of the chat so far is calling Vanilla.
Yeah, I think we all want Marsh locked because that's the most work. That's the most suffering. That's what we're here for. And if that turns out to be the case, Chitin, I want to be the first to thank you for rolling the seed. This bodes well for it to be a very cruel seed all the way through.
If it was offline, it would have been cruel, but since this is online, I am not sure how well my choice can handle.
Oh, don't misunderstand, Fuchsia. It's not that we hate the runners. We just like to be entertained. It's like the Roman Colosseum, you know? They don't hate the gladiators, they just want them to work for it.
And I'm gonna quote from a few days ago in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer race from Trista saying, "Aren't you entertained?"
So far, yes, so far. Let's see how it goes. Already Minochi taking advantage of some of those charges of warp zaps his way out of the Matoya Cave. You can use warp so many ways to save little bits of time here and there when it's low level, so I like seeing things like that that create opportunities for people to set themselves from the pack.
Nothing but gold in the Elfland.
Yeah, just a pretty good horde though. If you're missing some magic spells for lack of money, now you've got it.
We'll see. Vanilla TNT at stake, guys. So Crystal's at Corneria.
Suppose you find the TNT in the vanilla case here, Manochi. Do you still do all the other chests?
Minochi?
Chitin. Pardon me.
Well,
oh, look at that!
That
right
was
there.
vanilla.
Right on. We are shuffling the treasures, right?
Hey, I rolled the seed. Don't blame me, guys.
Alrighty, so just about vanilla TNT. Nice affordable silver bracelets. Everything's coming up Millhouse here, so we're gonna see if Trista's gonna pop up to TOF and check out those other chests. Got 2 opal bracelets, or pardon me, gauntlets in Northwest Castle. Not nearly as good. There are only 1 opal bracelet.
And we know Tristan's gonna head for the Dwarf Cave because, you know, that big treasure chest room, you can't resist.
No, it's a proper horde. It looks like he is gonna skip the Temple of Fiends chests for now. Question from chat, where's the Masamune? It's a good question. It'll help things out until the mid-20s, but that's when your black belt's going to be further ahead, even without it. So it's, while nice to find, I don't think it's the first thing these people would choose if they had the choice. If there was one piece of gear you would be sure you would get in this seed, Chitin, what would you want?
Well, that answers my question already, because early ribbon's always a good answer.
That is a good answer. There's 3 ribbons out there, so usually you find one of them before too long. How about the power bonk? Is that your next choice, or is there something else?
Actually, if I got the ribbon right now, and my next choice is either a power bonk, or maybe I may be crazy for this, but maybe an extra pro ring.
Pro ring? You can buy those. Dime a dozen in Melmond. No, I don't know where they're for sale yet, but we're about to find out. Ah! They are a dime a dozen in Melmond. Check that out.
Yeah, but the gold brace is not that bad of a price either.
No, everything's flying off the shelves tonight. You rolled a very friendly seed financially.
Yeah, but doesn't mean survivability.
No. I mean, the enemies can be really hard to make up for it, but you got like some, you got some loan crisis sale prices on the houses. You got affordable pro rings, gold bracelets, like all the luxury goods have gone down. Nobody can afford this stuff, you know, so they gotta, market dictates cheaper prices.
Well, level 5 nuke on board.
And it's learnable, even without promotion, so that's nice. Fast, on the other hand.
Did you see what you saw on Minochi's, not Minochi's, Show's Northwest treasure hunt?
I only saw that there were 2 opal gauntlets. I missed the 3rd chest down there.
Mega Masa.
No kidding.
Never mind. I just rolled amazing.
Yeah, we thought we were going to be all trolly, but no, this isn't too bad. Nothing too much to complain about so far. Didn't have to go marsh. And there's money and to spare. Minochi finds the dragon armor in Temple of Fiends. He's not going to be able to equip it, but he is going to be able to cash it in for the right price. Should be worth a fair penny. That'll help him. Yep.
By the way, you missed a great thing what happened to Sho. He got cremated by ogres.
Yeah, it happens to the worst of us. We often say shuffling the skills, shuffling the spells, shuffling the scripts. You want to get imps with Nuke? Because that's how you get imps with Nuke. It's also how you get ogres with cremate, and just about anything else you can imagine. So it had to happen somewhere.
Well, let's see what these P's are packing, though.
The good old EXPs. We'll see where they are in the encounter table. This is one of those seeds where some grinding is going to be mandatory, so finding the appropriate place where the grind is fast enough, easy enough, EXP is good enough, reproducible. There's so many different approaches to grinding now in this game that we'll see how people choose to do it.
Well, Mia's it has a pretty good question on us. How much longer do you keep all 3 black belts up?
I'm surprised they're not dead already, quite frankly. No, I'm just... I always like to play with full parties when I'm playing casually. It feels more in the spirit, but when you want to win a race, you can't do it for too long, because you don't need all 3 of them. Leveling them all up is going to take forever. Once you start grinding, that's when you might as well knock one of them off, at least.
Well, for me, if it was like, let's say, triple magic users and a lone fighter, I will keep all 4 party members up.
Minochi in Temple of Fiends find the dragon armor. He also then turned around and found the opal armor. They're like neck and neck for the best piece of body armor in the game, and neither one of them is going to be equipable, so they're just going to fatten his wallet. But that's alright. He doesn't know this yet, but Melmond has a lot of great gear for him to buy, so...
Looks like my shops are more friendlier than everyone else's who created Siege so far.
Yeah, seriously, you've padded the place with good stuff. Tristle's gonna pop over and get his canoe. Does that mean he's headed off to the volcano?
It could be Volcano, it could be Early Ordeals, or it could be everyone's most favorite first move in the past, the Ice Cave.
Yeah, without the incentivizations, I'd be surprised if he goes on a long journey to either of those 2 places, but we'll see. Alright, I think he just pulled a hard reset, so let's see what he's got for the first encounter. Oh, is it first encounter peds? Because if it's first encounter peds, you know he's going to be all over that.
I sense a peak grind until maybe level 11 or 12 at least for him.
Yeah, I love the ped grind because you've got the inn right there. So you can save as much as you want. Indeed, you pretty much have to save every time because you're going to be rebooting. But that means it's so low risk. And I like low risk. It looks like Minochi is down to just 1 black belt in his red mage already. His black belt appropriately named Mono. And Sho loots the dwarves, finds his ribbon. Be pretty happy to see that.
I think everyone's happy with the Cedar Roll for shops.
Yeah, they better not be complaining. When they get in here after the race, they better be pretty darn thankful. I think you've dealt out a nice one.
Unless I dealt them horrible fiends, they can have the right to complain.
I mean, let's be honest. If you did the appropriate pillaging after getting the key and sold all the gear you couldn't equip, by the time you got to Melman, you'd be able to have gold bracelets and pro rings for the whole party. Like, what more do you want?
Well, let's see. Maybe a nuclear 4 chaos.
All right, that sounds awful, but we don't know yet. That could still be the case.
Or it could be worse. Thunder carry.
Well, Crystal's had enough of this rinky-dink grind outside of Crystal Lake. Looks like he's heading to the volcano.
Well, I don't blame Trissel for that move because who knows, there is a treasure density in the second floor.
Yeah, he should have enough houses that he can clean out the second floor, drop as many ice 3s as it takes. You're going to find some fires in there. You're going to be able to make short work of them, so you should be able to juggle this and grind some experience, loot the treasure. Should be a piece of cake now. Alright. Sho and Minochi are just about neck and neck. Rolling into Crescent Lake. It should be pointed out they both did a bit more key scavenging after getting the Mystic Key that Trissel didn't do. So they have a bit more gear and money than he does. He, of course, a little further ahead with the experience and levels. But between the three, it's pretty close so far. Do you think that Tristel's ahead with the levels and being in Volcano already? Or do you think that Sho and Minochi have something to say because they've got the extra Mass Moon?
Well, deja vu can happen because remember the first race I commentated on, one of the racers got ahead because of the zombie degrind, so I wouldn't be surprised if Trissel is way in the lead right now.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to how valuable do you think the extra money and the Mass Moon is. And I said already, like, once you level up those black belts, Massa what? Like, your red mage, well, it's a sweet weapon for him, is probably not going to need it that often.
By the way, what was in the level 6 shop since I didn't catch it?
I took a look. I don't think there were anything that he could buy that he could cast at this point, so I don't think anyone's too worried about it anymore.
Question in chat, anything insane? Well, I rolled this seat and I gave everyone decent pricing on everything.
Yeah, softs were expensive, but everything else was pretty much being given away. And there's been tons of vendor trash to sell. I mean, even gold bracelets and pro rings in Melmond were affordable. Magic, Ice 3 at level 1. The only really trolly stuff is that the pirates had stopped. But, I mean, you get that Ice 3 off and forget about it. And no, it's been a cruiser so far.
Well, Monochi actually found a heal stop in the treasure density.
Yeah, he caught right up to Trissel now. Just skipped the grind and just headed straight for Volcano. They're pretty much neck and neck, aside for the levels.
But he's down to solo red mage status.
Oh my! He's not going to be happy about that. His black belt just got knocked out, and there's no life for life 2s, so he's going to have to retreat. Now I wouldn't be surprised to see him toss the Mass Moon on the red mage, but maybe he's just going to reset out of here. He didn't find anything. Yeah, and that is what happens.
Well, the green moves do hit hard though, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, you gotta like Ice 3 for the fires. You could almost do a little quick grind here if you had some houses, blow up a couple, and then go back and throw one up. And that's exactly what he's gonna do, actually. I like this play because you can't go wrong using Ice 3 on fires.
Yeah, but remember, Carry is resistant to ice spells, so basically your ice speed is not maybe do too much damage.
Yeah, all the more reason to do it now, you know, and then get your black belt those levels and then go take on Carry. Carry's going to be a doozy either way. Did anybody get Invis 2 when it was available at level 1? I couldn't remember if it was in one of the slots you could actually... I think it was in second slot, so maybe you couldn't get it.
I didn't see anyone grab Invis 2. Maybe it's too early.
I think it was just in one of the slots the Red Mage couldn't get. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to just withstand Carry some other how.
Unless somehow my luck is in the volcano that gives everyone white shirts.
Yeah, you could find something like that on the way down for sure. Or the Defender in a pinch.
And Tristle's actually grinding on the fires. Not a bad play.
Yeah, Minochi did the same thing. So obviously people like the fires and the Ice 3. It's a natural choice.
Oh, Future does state that Tristle has Invis 2.
Oh. So it was in a learnable slot, which is good news. I mean, Carry's all about the physical attack, so you crank out a couple of Invis 2s. It makes it a lot easier.
Oh, Mia said something very interesting just now. So TX Rand is still on the table if people are paying attention.
Oh, the T-Rex grind's always on the table. Especially if the encounters line up with the hard reset. Makes it a lot faster. The overworld grinds have become much more popular lately with people keeping track of exactly where the encounter table is and so on. It was almost always all Agamas all the time before, but we see that so rarely now that the Agama facts are almost a thing of the past. I've forgotten everything I ever knew about Agamas.
Ooh, Mia just drew us something very interesting in the encounter table. Like, T-Rex will appear the third counter after the power cycle.
Yeah, that's doable. They're big-time EXP, so having to wait that long is not a big deal. You should be able to take advantage of it if you're interested. Alright, Tristle's now ready to dive a bit deeper. Had enough of that second floor.
He's probably gonna get to the Agamas and grind like crazy.
It does look like he bought Nuke. I didn't see if it was level 5 or 6. Oh, you said it was 5, right?
Yeah, it was level 5. It was 5.
Yeah, he's got 3 charges, so there's your non-elemental muscle to help out with the carry fight too.
Well, speaking of Agamas, one should have been Tristles, and they seem to be easy.
Hey, hit the red mage for 50-something, that's not too bad. Minochi again down to just his red mage. You're gonna reset back out of the volcano again. All these reset notes is costing him a bit of EXP here and there, so that's unfortunate, but there's no way to bring party members back, so there's only choice.
So far, every trailer chest I've seen on Tristle Stream has been Gold City.
Yeah, there's been plenty of money and good stuff in the early shops, but... well, the Mass Moon was in the Northwest Castle unavailable too, so they can't complain about that either. Been pretty friendly so far. I'm waiting for the second shoe to drop here. Something's gonna give.
Whoop! Slap's been found!
Ah.
Don't tell me I gave all the key items in one place!
Well, maybe not all of them. Still got the floater, certainly.
Please, vanilla floater, for God's sake.
Without the incentivizations, that's very unlikely, but it could happen. I mean, we just about had...
rare encounter on Crystal Scene, or Red D in the wild.
Yes, the rarely seen elusive red dragon flapping about inside this cave. Aside from the trap tile where you see them every time. Alright, Tristle's just about finished with this place. Finds another $1. That is a bit trolly. There's been 2 $1 chests this early, too.
And fighting. Tristle lost a block due to fire, and my Agabus have sleep.
Well, that's going to put the party to sleep, and it's going to put the audience to sleep, too. But fortunately, the BB-8 and Hat wake up. Get through the segment. Sleep's not so bad. You can still grind against sleep. But
I just gave the party Thor hammers in Volcano.
Boy, will your generosity never cease this evening?
But grinding on the Agabus and Ready, I wouldn't pull that play unless you're gutsy.
Yeah, it's oh, you said it. He's doing it. Boy, they got a bit of health there. Maybe it's not as much of a gimme as we first thought. Crystal realizing that he had geared up the wrong black belt, and then shuffles everything over to the one that's actually in the battle.
At this rate, question in chat, where's Slap? Slap was in the middle of Volcano where near the Agmas are.
Yeah, just a couple of doors away. Everyone just about got it. I think Sho might still be on his way down to it. Looks like Minochi's getting ready to knock out his red mage again. Sorry, Maya, but it looks like it's you this time. We shuffled him to the front anyway. He's gonna go full old school black belt grind by the look of it.
Well, that's surprising. My Agmas has Squint.
Ho 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 ho! Well, there is a ribbon in play, so if you're doing the solo grind, you should be okay.
But if you do like a 2-man grind, I don't think you're gonna be okay that easily.
You're not gonna be doing a 2-man grind for long, let's put it that way. You want to talk about close races? We are now at the point where all 3 of our on-stream runners have the same party composition, standing on almost exactly the same tiles in the same dungeon, at roughly the same levels.
And plus, it's very rare that all 3 runners on stream are at the same place.
Yeah, they're not just at the same place, they're on the same floor, and they have the same parties. It's about as close as a run as I've ever called.
Why can't I get this luck like if I was racing in the league when I had to quit?
Because you can't roll the seed. You can't if you control your own destiny.
Well, Sho got his slab.
Yep. So we talked about how they're all in the same place at roughly the same time. Do you give an edge to anybody? Do you like the Masamoons that Monochi and Sho have, or do you prefer the extra level or 2 that Tristle has?
If I was gonna choose, I'd say Tristle might be ahead because due to experience and his experience with his randomizer races as of late.
Well, I think now that they are all here, it is only appropriate that somebody unleashes an Agama fact. Agama facts. Agamas are on all screens at the same time.
And I got another Agama fact for everyone. Agamas tell great stories to make people go to sleep when they're sick.
Agamas are known to squint because it's very dusty in the volcano with all the volcanic ash. I also have fire too. These Agamas are a real bag of tricks.
Oh, I like this Agama fact. Agama is suspicious of hats that don't burn when fire is cast on them.
Yeah, it's like a Scotch guard on the hat, except for fire.
Well, Chad, keep those Agama facts coming. Pull up your great Agama facts out right now while we're grinding on this.
Agama fact. Agamas are indigenous to Rochester, New York.
Agama fact, they can give you a squinty eye.
Agama fact. Agamas hit like trucks. Fortunately, they choose not to hit. Question from chat. I showed up late. Did I miss anything noteworthy? You missed what has so far been a pretty runner-friendly race. There was very cheap items. All of the items except softs are affordably priced. There's been a ton of vendor trash available to pad everybody's bank accounts. It was Ice 3 at level 1. And the only thing remotely trolly amongst the enemies so far is that pirates had stopped. But when you eventually got that Ice 3 off, everybody got by before it without too many resets. And that's why it's been such a tight race to this point. Indeed, all 3 on-stream racers standing on pretty much exactly the same tile at this time.
Well, all 3 members are about to hit solo strat soon.
Yeah, there comes a time in every black belt's grind where he just has to say goodbye to his peers, you know? He just moves and transcends beyond them. At some point, they're literally holding him back with draining half his EXP and cramping his style, and you gotta move on.
I'm gonna question the chat right now. So, which fiend is gonna be the choice of the first encounter for the fiends? Will it be Carrie? Will it be Tiamat? Will it be the Kraken? Or will it be good old who doesn't get any respect Lich?
While the audience contemplates that, I would like to point out that Monochi's solo black belt is named Mono, and Sho's solo black belt is named Sho. And furthermore, Monochi has a black belt named Sho that's dead, and Sho has a black belt named Mono that's dead. So you can tell exactly how they feel about each other in this race.
If you guys don't know what's going on between Monochi and Sho, they kind of have a somewhat of a rivalry going on in the league. Well, Agama fact. Agamas are the holy animal of the Black Vine Grind journey.
Yeah, I believe it was Chinese New Year, and this year was the year of the dog, but I think next year is the year of the Agama.
Oh, what did Sho stop at to grind? Because he just stopped grinding his 2-man team.
Oh, this is his play, I guess. Something had to give eventually, and he's gonna nope out and check out that last chest. He's still a bit light for my taste. This is going to be a bit of a risky carry if he actually goes there. Or is he just checking this chest and then back up a floor? I've seen people do that too.
Well, that was a surprise. Red D has Dazzle.
Do you think anybody... Well, his red mage is still alive, so he could like warp out of here and save and then come down if he wants to be risky. Or is he going to grind the red D?
I'm saying he might grind the Red D after all.
Yeah, it's worth slightly more experience than the Agamas, and the Agamas are pretty tanky. I had a Pro Cape in there too. Nice little shield for your red mage.
Yep, Red D grinding confirmed.
You think his black belt's about high enough level he could hand me down the Masamune to his red mage?
I don't think so, because I think he has the Masamune still on the black belt, because I see the sword animation.
Oh yeah, he's definitely still got it equipped. My question is, is there a point where you hand it down so that they can both attack for some pretty good damage? Because his red mage isn't helping much with this grind right now, and that means the red D's getting a shot in every time.
In my personal taste, maybe not, but... Oh, he's passing down the Massive Moon.
That's the commentator curse, right?
Almost commentators. I was about to say it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, your black belt's damage goes down a little bit, but your red mage's goes up from like 20 to 250. So he should be cooking with gas now.
Well, we got Red D pack. Red D's are nicknamed Red Dazzler.
Where are these fags coming from? I need sources and citations. That's just something somebody made up on the spot. We have a long and illustrious history of Agama facts being Agama fact-checked. And I don't know if I believe that one for a second.
Well, they do have Dazzle in their skill list for this seed.
Well, we watched the grind here. I'm gonna turn my attention briefly to the off-stream and see if anybody else has gone on a different path. Just a moment.
And I'll tell you what levels the black belts are right now. We have level 31 for Chisel and level 30 for Mono. And Shows, I think he's like about to hit level 23 or level 24 if I'm not mistaken.
So we've got Zalmop in Ordeals. Files is already in the Waterfall. That's fascinating. Salty and Volcano. Everybody else in Volcano. So it looks like Files is in an interesting place, already having the airship.
So Files actually found wherever the floater is right now, yeah.
Indeed he did. I wonder if he popped his head into Earth. That's the thing that the cool kids are doing these days. Quick check of the Earth cave. You're almost there when you get to Melman.
Well, then again, that is the staple strategy if Zar was the creator of the seed. Well, we got a little Files rare profile bio action. According to me, she says Files loves to get to Waterfall early, thinking the floor in Ordeal. Oh, okay.
Well, if there's a race on our stream right now, it's a race to level 30. These guys are not stopping until they're confident in their party. They're definitely going high enough now that they're going to walk up to carry. They're not. I don't think anybody's retreating at this point.
Either that or they're racing to level 42.
Yeah, you may as well. With 8 hits, 1 shot in the Agama, you don't have to worry anymore about whether or not you got the Mass Moon equipped or how much they hit you. Yeah, they might get to go first once or twice, but bottom line, it's going to be pretty straightforward the rest of the way.
But it's kind of interesting right now because, like, we see Show grinding on Red D while everyone else is grinding on Agamas.
Yeah, the pace really picks up once you start one-shotting. Bam, bam, bam.
And don't forget that morale stat will be in play this time around. If it's grinding up like crazy like this.
Yeah, when they start running away, if that happens, that's no fun. That really cuts into your experience and time. So that's when it's time to go do something else.
But it would be funny if one fiends will run away.
Do you like Show's choice of what appears to be intentional keeping his red mage alive here? Or do you think that he's clipping the wings on his crying bit and you should have let him die?
I like it because it has that safety net, in my opinion.
Oh, it's definitely a safety net, but is it going to slow you down too much is the question.
It kind of does, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen at Topher.
No, I mean, that's still a ways from now for all of these racers, so lots of time for things to change between now and then. Indeed, we'll see how things change after we get past Kerry, because that'll be a point for our runners to diverge here. I doubt they're all going to do the same thing after that. They got so many choices. They haven't found the floater, so they got to go look for that next.
Wow, Minochi's black belt is actually 38 right now.
Looks like he's going all the way. He's not going to mess around. I can't blame him, because he's probably not going to retreat and save, so you got to make darn sure you take care of Kerry. Tristel looks like about to make it happen.
Same as Monochi, he's heading to Kerry right now.
Yeah, they're pretty much stride for stride here. Check that out.
I rolled a paper carry. Did Monochi reset?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. He probably has this as orbit. Maybe?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's leaving, so. Except his red mage is now alive, and...
Oh, he had to reset.
What the heck happened?
Apparently, I rolled a death touch carry.
Holy smokes. It is seed like glitched for a second, so I didn't even see it. I was staring at it, and then boom, he was outside. So maybe it happened so fast, he like insta frustrating reset. Well, Chitin, you giveth and you taketh away, and you just dash Minochi's hopes.
Hey, I warned everyone at IRC that don't blame me if I rolled something bad.
Oh, it's just death touch carry. Forget the pro ring, forget the ribbon. There's only one death touch in the game, and you dealt it out to carry? Is that even possible?
Well, it might be the very rare chance I actually did that.
Well, Show's about to head down to carry soon, too. No idea what's in store for him, so we'll see what happens to him.
Oh, please someone clip that. I want to see this for myself because it was like for like what, a second, right?
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened. I looked up and Tristel like one-shotted Carry, and I looked down to Minochi and he's outside too, but without the orb lit. If you know what I mean. Well, Tristel's heading up to ice. We'll see if that's where the floater is. Based on the fact that Files has already got it. We've heard someone say ordeals because he loves ordeals. We'll see. Meanwhile, Minochi heads up to ordeals, so now we will know if it's there.
Wow! Did you see that clip?
Was it death touch or big damage?
It's correct. It's death touch.
That's heartbreaking. It's just soul crushing. You put all the money into that grind. You got the ribbon. You think what could possibly go wrong, and then you receive the icy touch of death.
Question in chat: doesn't Procade prevent Death Touch? Not exactly, because Death Touch is physical, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks, Fuchsia. Basically, nothing prevents Death Touch, so but only the magic defense can help it. But there's that 3 in 256 chance they can hit it.
Yeah, nothing makes you resist it to take it down to the 3 out of 256. So you just have to use your MDF to resist it. I think we've patched the multiple hits triggering. It's only the hits that actually hit you that trigger it. But if Carrie hits you a bunch of times, you have to resist it every single time. Carrie is like the worst enemy to roll Death Touch. And that's exactly what you did.
Meanwhile, I believe Mojo decided to grind on the Zombles, or maybe in Ordeal, so he gets something better out of it.
Yeah, I noticed Tristal spelunking through the ice cave. Nothing much so far. It's just cabins and trash that I've seen.
I'm just shocked that I rolled a Death Touch carry.
Yeah, there's a first time for everything. That is just nasty.
Oh, and Fuchsia said Monochi's actually tilting for once.
I mean, can't blame somebody for getting pretty upset about that.
Well, I was expecting maybe Death Touch around maybe Tiamat or Kraken, because that's understandable. Oh, and there's their floater.
Aha! Maya called it. Files must love ordeals. Who needs incentivized chests when you can find anything in any of the chests? Tristal has unfortunately gone the wrong way. But where Tristal didn't go wrong is avoiding the Death Touch and one-shotting Carrie before she got a shot off. Tristal finishes cleaning out the ice cave. It's gonna mostly be vendor trash for him.
And I rolled Mummy's Half Slow, and there is a Troll Ruby in the Ordeals as well.
Yeah, you're not gonna need that if you get the floater. Not yet. One of the upcoming features of the randomizer that's currently in the beta is something called the Titan's Trove, which edits the map of the Titan's tunnel a little bit, so the Titan blocks the back door and the front door from getting to the treasure. So you'd need the ruby to get those 4 chests. And I think that's something you'll probably see more people turn on just to give some meaning to that item. But until then, nah, the floater, sneak in the back door and loot the place.
Meanwhile, Modochi's Skedaddles out of the Ordeals, while Shil's about to bury Valkyrie, but he's gonna be unpleasant when he finds out something Carrie has.
Here we go, Sho versus Carrie, and nothing stops the Death Touch. But bullet dodged. One shot, one punch, man. Sho gets it done.
I wonder if Carrie's gonna be my MVP in the Revisited. Question in chat: who are the off-screen runners at this point?
And where are they? I'm taking a look at Files' screen right now. But the entire world is lagging, so you're gonna have to give me a second here.
That's fine, man. I'll keep an eye on the stream. Oh, sharks have flash, by the way. The offline runners are Czar, Files, Salty Fry, Forzondo, and Shalnop. And yeah.
Files is in on-rack, getting things done. On his tracker, he doesn't have any orbs lit. Star still appears to be in the volcano, as does Ali G. Zalnop sailing the open seas right now. It's about the best I can do.
So Files has no orbs whatsoever, right?
According to his own tracker, no. Sforzondo's still in the volcano.
Question in chat, how
also
does
volcano.
Question in chat, how does the FF1 randomizer work? You want to explain that, Nitz?
Yes, I'd be happy to. The Final Fantasy I randomizer takes as input Final Fantasy Nintendo ROM, the vanilla game, and after specifying a random seed and a flag string that controls a whole bunch of switches, generates a randomized version of the game that is randomized in several different ways. In this setup, with the flag string you see in the top left corner of the stream, it shuffles all of the treasure boxes as well as the enemy's stats, things like their health and damage output and defense, and it goes beyond that too, also shuffling whether or not they have magic spells and what spells they have at their disposals. You can go through the website at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com to see all of the different options. At the end of the day, you get a randomized version of Final Fantasy that feels very similar to the game that came out 30 years ago, but is very different in how you approach it and also how quickly you can beat it. The other thing is that it has a number of the bugs from the original game fixed, things like spells that didn't work. It has an added dash feature and other conveniences like the ability to buy 10 of an item at once, which at the end of the day make the game a lot more playable in this modern era. Like, when I was a little kid, I could withstand walking one step at a time and buying things one thing at a time, and I don't know how I did it, but I don't think I could play that way anymore. It's been a long time since I've tried. And so it takes a classic game and really revitalizes it with a lot of modern conveniences and makes it great for a good race.
And by the way, if you didn't notice, Crystal is actually in the Marsh Cave.
Well, if you had to guess where the floater was, it could have been either place. I think that this is his... It's a reasonable thing to assume that a lot of people would have done what you did up to that point. You found the crown, you got the TNT, and then you went straight to Volcano. That's a pretty straightforward play. So now he's trying to do something different, right? And we'll see if it pays off. We have a suspicion that it won't, because we did see the floater turn up in Ordeals.
Yeah, by the way, the top floor of March was actually trashed, so that's why he's at the bottom right now. Oh, and Moroji's about to wipe out.
Gets off a hero Zeus. We'll see if it's enough to save him. Oh, there's another hero Zeus. And that should get him out of... Oh, no! I spoke too soon. He's still hanging on by a thread here. And Tristal finds the tail in the deep, deep depths of the marsh cave. We'll see if he has much use for that.
Well, if I was Tristal, I might as well, like, you know, class change when my black belts are like at least 32 or 42.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, your black belt's just about done getting levels. The magic defense penalty is not going to be a big deal. And, what do we have there at level 5 and 6? I think you could cast fast if he promotes, and that might be enough of a incentive to do it. Fast gives you that extra hit, makes your black belt even deadlier, and It's one of the only things that you can't cast with an item.
Well, don't forget, there is Power Bonk still lurking around, and we haven't found that yet.
Sure, but question is fast worth the time spent jogging it out to Bahamut? Fuchsia also pointing out Fate at 4th tier white. Might be enough of incentive, you put those together.
And Tristan says, nope, I'm out of Marsh Cave, so he's thinking he's gonna go straight to... I can't blame him if he tries to go to Ordeals right now.
He ran right by the Northwest Castle without popping in to check those key chests, and he could be the proud owner of Massimo. Unless he did and I didn't notice when I was checking off stream, but he really missed one there. Is it a big deal? Probably not. Would it have been nice to have? I think so. Oh, somebody points out that he did get Masa, so I'll be quiet now.
Well, that'll be our tracker that pointed it out already.
It's a support crew around here that really help me look good so that I don't say stupid things. But I just ignore them and get in trouble anyway. Now Tristal is on his way to Ordeals, and he's going to find that sought-after floater. And Sho is at the same place at the same time. These two guys pretty much seem to be connected by a chain. They've been like neck and neck.
Well, Mad Cats are a pain. They have cremated an Expert.
Yeah, they're gonna make you wait with all those casts of Expert. It's not that they're gonna be much. At this point, cremate is less dangerous. You've got tons of HP now and a ribbon. But Expert is just gonna waste your time.
Meanwhile, Monochi is actually grinding on the eye.
Yeah, he's got a bit of ground to make up, so whatever you can do.
Well, he could put Kerry last because remember he could go straight to other the Fiend dungeons as well. Because remember he has access to almost every dungeon right now except for the Mirage Castle.
Alright, Sho working his way through. Taking advantage of Warp to jump back. Doesn't like where that pillar went. It's a good play. Ends up at the top. Saved himself some time. Warp is extremely useful in Castle Ordeals, pardon me. It allows you to, warp like it does anywhere else. But when you detect that you've gone the wrong way because the pillars take you back to a previous room, you can warp right back and basically blow your way through the maze in a single pass.
Well, Sho got his floater.
Yeah, he'll be happy to see that. He hasn't dilly-dallied much. Had a good go in Volcano, and then came here fairly quickly, so he's got to feel like he's doing pretty good. On the other hand, Files is pretty far ahead, having come here first. But he hasn't defeated any of the Fiends yet, either. I'll double-check that.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tristal just got his floater and his Ruby along with Sho, so basically... Felicia says, go move for Tristal and Sho. Yes and no, because we don't know where Bottle is right now.
There can't be too many places, so you're just about there, but yeah, I gotta find that vendor. Could be Vanilla, could be one of the, like Onrak or Gaia. Not many places left.
And I'm already calling Lazy Gaia on the bottle. And I hope the bottle's high priced.
Well, you dealt out enough trash that I'm pretty sure they can sell it and make up the funds, even if it's max.
It may have enough, but we don't know where... we don't know what the other fiends are going to be packing either.
Files was still in Onrak when I last checked. Zalmob's come to the volcano, so he's reproducing the steps of the runners we were just watching. It doesn't look like anybody's out to a huge lead. Even if they found the floater first, it hasn't saved them a whole ton of time. You did have to come to the volcano to get the slab anyway.
Yeah, but don't forget that Carrie with Death Touch is awaiting Zalnop.
Absolutely. If you spend your time carefully cleaning out the volcano and then wipe like Minochi did, any lead you had is gone.
Well, we got one last Agma fact. Agma's grinds can go away with a Death Touch Carry.
Absolutely. All memory of Agamas is gone. I just tuned into Tsardia's stream, and just as he was fighting Carrie, and he got through with a one punch instant kill, so no wipe for him. Sforzando is working his way through Ordeal, so he's still in the hunt. This is actually going to be a pretty close race. It's too bad that it's so difficult to tell where everybody is relative to one another, but it's definitely no runaway yet. Even with Files' lead, he's been in on-rack for a while.
Well, here's the funny thing, though. Tristle's now in Earth Cave.
And on Files' tracker, he doesn't have the slab either, so since he doesn't know where it is, it could be entirely possible he'll try somewhere else looking for it and end up wasting some time there. So no one head and shoulders above the pack yet at all.
And I believe Tristle's just gunning to get out of Earth Cave.
Tristal slowly cleaning up the Earth Cave on his way down. What do you think he's looking for? The power bonk, more ribbons? Is this something you would do, or are you in a rush now?
If I had a black belt and a red mage standing, I would just look for a second ribbon to make sure you have that extra protection for the red mage to keep himself alive. Especially against Chaos, because we know Chaos has an onslaught of spells he can cast. And there's the Adamant.
He'll be super thrilled to find that. Nah, maybe not. But if he needs some more vendor trash, he can go get it forged into the Blade of Legend.
I can't believe
it. Sorry to interrupt. He's seen enough treasure chests in Earth. Even though he went and pickpocketed some of the individual rooms, he's passed over the ones that have like half a dozen chests, so he's headed straight down to Lich now. Seen enough here.
Well, there might be a divergence right now because Sho Fukunachi just turned into Slab.
Yeah, he's just passing by. We'll see if he does the finished quest. No, not too much. He's headed to Earth now, so once again, they're right pretty much on the same track. Shows a few steps behind, but very close.
Vampire Lock Adamant? Yep.
The vampire was guarding one of the few metals that he's vulnerable to, or something. Maybe he's got werewolf blood in him, I don't know.
And we got a 10 hit for Lich for 973 damage from the black belt.
Yeah, a bit of a chiropractor of a black belt there. Wastes no time on Lich. Then there was apparently some giant hiding in that room right behind Lich, ready to jump out and ambush him on his way out, but that giant meets a swift death as well.
I think I gave everyone a jet seed.
And now Tristal is going to head back to Melma and presumably translate his slab. Once again, his almost mirror image two-side of a coin race against Sho.
And maybe it's time to find that bottle right now.
Yeah, you could do that. You could pop over to Lefane. I mean, at some point you gotta translate the slab anyway. There's no right time.
Well, Manoji's gonna go for carry round 2.
Yeah, he checks to see if it's the vanilla vendor, but no, the Oasis vendor just has all your typical items. So next up is Gaia.
And apparently Gaia is lazy today.
And it's only $12,000, which is small change for Megabucks Tristal. Packing $186,000. Must have made some good investments.
I think I gave the entire CD to sale the Century.
And Minochi's got his slab again. He's not going to bother with the rest of the chest because he knows what to look for here. Yeah, he managed to grind his black belt up pretty quickly on that eye, so he's just as high level as anybody else we've seen. Caught right back into this race. Assuming he gets by Carry, which you'll notice his entire party is standing this time to avoid catastrophe. Having said that, if that lead black belt gets death touched again, I don't know what the rest of them are really going to do.
Oh, I just realized that Files forfeited.
Files forfeited and has joined us in chat. The slab was in the volcano. That's curious, Files. We had you pegged as one of the leaders for a while there when you were the first to find the floater. It does get worse, Files. And Minochi will be able to tell you all about it. Pay attention there as he takes on Carry for the second time. He's moved his high-powered black belt into the third slot and manages to two-shot Carry after cooking her a bit first, avoiding the death touch Carry.
Well,
Maya posted a link into the chat with a clip of Minochi's first and cruel undoing at the hands of Carry, but it sounds like wiping the Kraken twice isn't going to be too pleasant for the rest of these runners either, so curious. Looks like you rolled some pretty ugly seeds. Ugly seeds, pardon me. Your seed had some pretty ugly fiends in it.
I warned everyone on this because, like, offline I am the worst Queen Seeds. I didn't know it was gonna be transferred to online.
It was a draw you in thing, and I said we were waiting for the second shoe to drop. It was so friendly off the start with the early Ice 3 and all the money and all the pretty affordable gear, and then bam, all these deadly fiends. Death touch and whatever Kraken has in store. It looks like Tristal is cleaning out the waterfall now. Sho already went and got the Oxy Ale. So they'll be heading to Onrak soon, I'm sure.
Well, I'm pretty much happy that what Sho did to the Tyro, he ran away from it. Good job, man. Oh, Nis, I got a question for you, my friend. Are you Team Tyro or Team Steak?
So, you're gonna put me on the spot here. I'm a live and let live guy when it comes to the majestic Tyro, personally. I know I'm gonna get crucified by chat for this, but no, they're beautiful beasts, and they're really just defending their natural habitat, and it's wrong of us to push our way in and just murder them. But if you are going to kill them, you should eat them.
So basically you're 50-50.
Well, I'd rather you let them live, but as long as you don't just kill them and walk away, that's just a tragic waste. Tyro poaching for their talons or claws or their little itty-bitty fingers, that's just a crime against nature.
Well, I am Team Tyro, so I agree with you there.
On the other hand, nuking Zombols is an admirable goal. You want to cleanse those abominations out of these woods to allow the Tyros to live in majestic peace.
Well, Chisel decided not to go Mermaid side, go straight to Kraken side.
Yeah, as you pointed out before, he's in go mode, and he already started skipping chests in Earth. So if you're gonna skip those, you might as well skip others. The mermaids are pretty dense. There's a lot of chests there, but you have to scale quite a few floors to even get to them. So if you don't need to, I can see this play. He is basically saying, I don't care about any more ribbons or the power bonk, though. I just want to get her done.
But I won't skip those 4 chests before the Tiamat floor.
Now, the Sharknado room's pretty good. We'll see if he bothers with the trap tile or if he just grabs the easy ones.
Oh, actually, we know where Power Bonk is, but I'm not gonna say it.
Alright, Tristan getting pretty far down. He's about to approach his Sharknado room. Chad pointed out the power bonk was actually in the reverse C room, if you're following me. The Mystic Key Lock chest that nobody bothers with because it takes a million steps to get there.
I would quote it with Ice Blue's name for that room, but I can't say it because I want to keep it PG.
It's a family-friendly stream here, so we'll just have to call it the C room or something. Oh, never mind. Just above that chest. I'm getting mixed information, and my reading comprehension is fail too. But nevertheless, we'll probably see people blow right by it.
Apparently, I roll beefy waters.
Yeah. Lots of health, lots of attack, stun touch. Sounds pleasant. Hopefully we get a good show in TOFR when big packs of them start to show up.
Let's see what kind of Kraken I actually rolled for once.
Minochi picks up his Oxyale. He's closing the gap pretty quickly here for someone who had such a tragic wipe. Yeah, he's still behind, but much closer than I would have expected already. Crystal seem to have widened the gap with Show now. He's already out of the waterfall. He's got a level 42 BB that's just making short work of things. Show still got the entire Sea Shrine to go.
Well, we figured it out. Tristle's saying, nope, I am going straight to the bosses and get it over with.
Yeah, he's got enough gear. Yeah, I think he made the decision halfway through Earth. He said, forget it, it's go time. Little pack of Cerberus is here. Don't seem to be too bad. They're running away. Nice thing about the high-level parties, enemies start to run away sometimes. They can run away at the best of times. Even Chaos is capable of running away if your party is high enough level and if he rolls low enough morale.
And don't forget that there is some unrunnables in the TOF, and meanwhile, Tristan's on the blue D.
Yep. Blue D's got a fair bit of health, but not 2,000 health. Doesn't even need to grind. He's high enough level that it's all over but the crying. Just gonna make a beeline for Tiamat now.
Well, Sharknado room might be a problem because your sharks have sleep as well.
I'll just quickly check in on our off-stream runners.
Go right ahead while Minochi's heading to the Sea Shrine.
Sforzando's getting his Oxyale.
I'm gonna throw a question to chat right now. So chat, on the table of Fiends Revisit, who do you think which Fiends gonna troll our runners? Either Lich 2, Carry 2, Tiamat 2, or Kraken 2, or our favorite monster, the Chaos. Put your names in the hat for it if you wanted to participate.
Tsar and Zelnop are in Earth, and they're on their third orb. LEG is entering Earth, but it's only his second orb. So our yellow jersey, if you will, is on stream now. Tristal in the lead.
Yeah, and he's on that Bridge of Destiny, so get your War Mech RNG hike going.
Well, it's not a War Mech, but it's 4 red Hydras, and it's plenty annoying enough. Can't seem to find the wheels here. He's going to take a bit of a pummeling. Fortunately, they're about as aggressive as kittens, and he's able to eventually get away. Let's see what Tiamat's got. Little Bane strats. Ineffective.
Question in chat, what are the odds of encountering a War Mech on the Bridge of Destiny?
If you're just saying purely at random, you got about a 3 out of 256 chance. I thought it was 1. Oh, no, that's right. It's not the very final spot. It's 3 out of 64. But, yes, as Fuchsia points out, if you know your encounter table, you can make it more likely. Or eventually force it by running around enough, of course.
Well, Tristle is gonna be on his way to the final dungeon. So he's just packing up his heals, supers, and his possibly houses.
Yeah, for the purposes of determining if your step triggers a random encounter, the game uses a sequence of numbers. So it's not truly random. It's just all the numbers from 0 to 255 shuffled up and then dealt out like a deck of cards, and then it takes one and then the next. And when it gets to the end, it works its way backwards back to the beginning. So eventually, every number comes up, and that always means that eventually you will trigger every single encounter.
Oh, if you did not caught this, it's show actually wiped to the waters.
Ah, I did not. That's unfortunate. It's going to widen the gap further. Tristal now in TOFR. Got a group of bad mans.
Which is not too bad because they don't have any skills unfortunately right now.
Yeah, well, they're chopping them up pretty good here. It took him a while to get away, but he did survive with both characters, so he's not going to be too worried about it.
Oh no, Show's party about to go to GTS to sleep, but he manages to run away.
And here's the Phantom. This is stage 5, not stage 4, though, so he's going to have to go beyond just the Phantom and defeat all the revisited fiends and Chaos himself. No shortcuts.
Validation just showed just a chump change of money.
It's typical.
Ooh, rare encounter too. Zombie D with the Wiz vampires on the same floor.
And that prompts Tristal to go ahead and dip into the heal potions and top up. Question from chat: why didn't Tristal revive his other characters? The answer is probably that they'd be swiftly defeated. It's possible that going into the later Fiend fights, you might see them revived and shuffled up to the front to take a couple hits first, but it's too much work, and now there's no life for Life 2, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but the worms are kind of beefy though. They're beyond 400 HP.
Yeah, I don't know what they are exactly, but they can't possibly be as bad as Monday Night's worms. Those things were just ridiculous. They were hitting like trucks, and they had like 1,000 health.
And meanwhile, Show is struggling against the waters.
And in the parallel universe, Tristal is fighting Earths with Squint, but he's adequately protected.
But they also had Quad X.
And his hat had 362 health, which is enough to clear it. Quad X has the handy, it's easy to keep track if it's going to work. It kills anything with less than 300 current health. Sometimes you think spells like that would operate off max health, but no. Quad X and the other power word spells, Blind and Stun, work on current health.
Well, let's see how Show deals with the Kraken.
Bustle in Viz 2. Six hits, 900 damage. Job done.
I think I just gave my entire first feed glass cannons.
Well, it's hard to say if they were truly glass or not, but everybody was fighting them with like high level 30s or level 40s black belts. There isn't much that isn't glass to a level 42 black belt.
Well, this 2 didn't prove anything of a fight.
10 hits, 1500. Next! The only thing that's going to stop this train now is absolutely devastating sequence of nuke and nuclear or something like that.
Let's hope Carry 2 does the same thing like in Carry 1. Maybe Death Touch still reigns supreme with her, along with something else.
Now we're on the fire floor. This otherwise casual battle of Agamas and Red D is made particularly annoying by the casting of Sleep and all the Fire 2s. Poke my head in off screen. Looks like Sar is still in Earth. Or no, has he gone down to the Marsh Cave to loot down there? He found himself a pro ring. He's all not popping over to learn Life Finish, so has yet to complete the Sky Castle.
Well, Rip Tristal's about to learn that waters are tanky as trucks today.
Yeah, well, he's pretty tanky himself. The question is, can they knock out the hat? Because that would really put a damper on things. Although they're beating up that black belt. Goodness me.
Well, don't forget, they have Stun Touch, so waters could be a problem.
Yeah, it's not often you see a level 40s black belt get beaten down like that. And it looks like he's gonna squeak it out. Oh my, how close is that? 37 health left on that black belt. He's gonna be chugging some heal potions after this. Like back in my Diablo days.
Oh, El Diablo. So much fun times.
So many heal potions. So many heal potions.
He has to chug down the potions because he wants to save his charges.
Well, 800 health worth of heal potions at about 30 each. Looks like he is shotgunned some 25 or so. But you're allowed to bring a stack of 99, so he still has some to spare.
This can be bad.
Oh boy. This could be bad. Oh, the red mage goes down right off the bat. But he gets away. Yeah, he gets away.
309 damage off the Kraken, but never mind. Kraken's gone. Man, this seed I actually rolled pretty good.
It rose to the occasion. It started off easy, but we knew it wasn't going to stay that way. Minochi's finished off the Sky Castle. He'll be heading to TOFR soon, too. And check that out. After that ugly wipe to carry has basically passed show and pulled back into second place.
Warm sighting.
Is he going to fight it? Looks like he's going to fight it. Oh boy, it's got quite a bit of health.
Over 1k so far. Incoming Tiamat for Tristal.
And Warmech down. Warmech down.
Tiamat seems a little bit beefy than normal. There's a quad X from Tia.
And the hat is down, but BB-8's hanging on. Looks like he's going to have to one-man show Chaos. We haven't seen the worst of these fiends. Let's see what's left for Chaos.
Wait. Oh, Chaos has Thunder!
Ho ho! And Tristal wipes. He'll feel the pressure at his back now.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'm
right.
thrilled. That gives everybody else a chance. His huge lead all of a sudden cut a lot smaller. In fact, Minochi is now further through TOFR than he is. My stream's hanging on by a thread here. I'm trying to keep my eye on what's all going on.
Don't worry, I got your back, man. On the one in front of me.
No, Minochi had to stop and crank a few potions. He rebooted out, so he has to restart TOFR, putting Tristal back in the lead temporarily. We'll see how this comes down. Looks like it might come right down to the wire. Ooh, there's 4 Gasties.
Let's see what these Gasties are packing.
One of them's packing a bunch of punches. It looks like they're just attacking a lot. Not too serious. After this many attacks, it's fairly safe to call them kittens.
My boy Chaos gave me hope.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a bit of a photo finish here. Especially if anybody wipes a second time, then it's anybody's game. It won't be long before the... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if anyone gets a sub 2 out of this.
And once again, Tristal uses the loot, heads down to the bottom floors. He doesn't bother with the validation chest this time around. Forget validating it. It's only like 50 bucks, he says. I want Chaos.
Oh, but these chimeras are dealing a lot of damage, and they have dark.
And Show gets away. Now everybody on stream is in TOFR. Imagine that. They're almost as close as they were back in the volcano, which is the last time they were anywhere near each other. Show has been behind on Tristal's tail for the last little while, but when Tristal wiped in TOFR, it really closed the gap.
Yeah, but don't forget, the water floor is the problem right now for everyone.
Got those nasty waters, but the real problem is the Chaos floor, let's be honest. If you only get there with the one black belt, he might be able to take you down.
Yeah, but don't forget, Crystal did not have enough heal potions to make it work with Black Belt to survive chaos.
Yeah, that's what happens when there's not enough healing magic going around. Chad points out that, yeah, Sho killed Mono, Mono killed Sho. For a while there, Sho only had a black belt named Sho, Mono only had a black belt named Mono. It's just a way of showing their mutual disrespect.
Lich has nuke!
Well, a bit scary. The hat's gonna survive, and now you know that Chaos doesn't, so that's actually good news, I think, as far as Crystal's concerned.
Yeah, but don't forget, we haven't seen a single nuclear from any of the fiends.
No, and we didn't see one when the War Mech was in play either, so who knows what's behind Chaos. I don't know how many attacks he actually got off the first time Crystal fought him, so there might be a lot back behind that Thunder.
No,
sorry, go ahead.
The Thunder didn't do that too much damage. It was just the physical just made it worse.
Ah, I see. So he hits hard too. That could be scary. Sforzando is nearing the top of the Sky Castle.
Well, we're treachery in crystal waters now.
Sar is still in the Earth Cave, which is a bit of a surprise.
I commentator cursed.
The all unreadable pack of waters. He's got some Ice 3 this time around, though. That'll help. Ali G is still in on-rack. Zalmop is in what appears to be the Sky Castle himself. So still a little bit of daylight between our on-stream runners and everyone off. Oh, except for Salty Fry, who is in TOFR, pardon me. Just on the fire floor, about to fight Carrie.
Oh, he's gonna hate the water floor.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his first trip or not, but he's about to find out what's in store. Looks like Crystal wipes again, has to press reboot. Boy, this is truly anybody's race. We don't even know how hard Chaos is yet, and we know at least one person has wiped on him already. Sho gets to Kraken. Everybody's swinging big fist black belts, so they can beat up anybody. It's just a question of survivability at this stage. Can you get there in one piece?
Yeah, surprisingly, Sho's black belt only did 400 damage per round. Well, Mono's gained the water floor curse.
Yeah, at least that one with the Naga you can run away from. Shows what to take on Tiamat. Getting really close to the finish line here.
Well, speaking of waters, Monochi just ran into Unrunnable.
Tristle's got some unrunnable problems of his own. And come to think of it, Sho is also fighting an unrunnable. So 3 unrunnables on stream right now. Tiamat's down, Sho's on the final stretch now. Oh! Good old party of vampires and wizard vampires.
Hello, Twilight cosplay.
Seriously.
I'm surprised. I may be surprised the Wiz Vampire survived the nuke.
You know, the wizard's a little more experienced, and then the party runs away. So that wasted about as much time as possible. Then you got the rock goals.
Apparently, rock goals have glands.
Not too scary at this stage.
Whoa, can Sho actually finish off Chaos?
Here we go. Little Invis 2. Doesn't hurt.
$261 damage from Chaos. That has gotta hurt. And Chaos has Robe.
Only 141 from Show. From the good black belt. Black belt's having trouble even hitting Chaos. Ah, 544. That's some good damage. A little temper to help out. Looks like Show's turning a corner here. Might be able to pull this one out. Another 5 hits, another 500. Chaos roughly half dead if it were vanilla. Cast temper on the dead black belt. He'll regret that. Another 1200. Chaos still alive. Can't have much more. Fire 3, not gonna do it. There it is, 7 hits, 1600. Chaos down, GG, Sho Fukumachi. With an official SRL time of 1:45:55.
Whoa, a 2K plus Chaos.
And we'll see how close the finishers are here, putting up their secondary scores. Obviously, the 0.0 for Sho is exactly what he wants. Will at least temporarily propel him into first place in the league with a total Chaos score of 0.01. And there are very few people that could get ahead of him. Tristle being one of them, but he's going to have to wait for another day to do it. If he wins a race in this stage, he'll have a total score of 0.00, which is what you like when lower is better.
Well, I rolled one good seed.
You rolled an exciting seed. It was nice and easy off the start to give people that false sense of security, and then you just hit them with fight after fight of brutal, brutal nastiness.
Oh, and Salty Fry just finished with an SRL time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 54 seconds.
GG to Salty.
Manochi in the fire floor. Hey, where's Tristle right now?
Tristle is fighting Carrie, also on the fire floor. And Minochi's also fighting Carrie. They're pretty much neck and neck.
And we are joined by Sho. GG, sir.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations on the win. How about that?
It was really good. Glad I was able to pull that off.
Yeah. So, what was the trolliest thing you saw? Because this seed was a beautiful mixed bag of nastiness. But if you got first strike against most of the fiends, you wouldn't have never noticed.
I mean, Lich 2 with Nuke, that was pretty funny. Trying to think, there wasn't anything too bad because Agamas had high hit points and Red D had some pretty good defense, but once he got high enough level, it was okay.
Yeah, the trolliest thing I think was that Carry 1 had Death Touch, and the people that one-shotted Carry 1 didn't notice, but Manochi wiped with like a level 40-something black belt, which was heartbreaking. But he stormed all the way back to be right on Tristle's heels here.
Nice. Waters were really bad too. They hit pretty hard, and then
Stun touch on top of that. Yeah, you were the second person to face Chaos. Tristol was ahead of you most of the way, sometimes within minutes. You were Agama grinding at the same time, for example. But by the end, he was about a minute ahead, maybe 2. I know he actually completed Sky Castle before you were able to get in there. But then he wiped on Chaos because he ran out of heal potions after getting beat up by Waters. So you were able to snipe it from him on his second time through.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, luck was in your favor this time. We are also joined by Salty Fry. GG Salty.
Thank you.
GG's.
GG show.
With 2 minutes between you, that's going to be a pretty darn good time as well. 0.01 or 0.02.
Meanwhile, everyone is on Chaos right now. Monochi and Tristol.
Chaos busts out the early thunder there, but Monochi's able to weather that. Lots of health on his high-level black belt anyway. Chaos, this seed had somewhere around 3,000 HP. Not exactly sure.
Yeah, I hit him for quite a bit. So yeah, he definitely was pretty beefy this round.
Yeah, I was trying to keep track while you were on him, and you blew past Vanilla, and then you did about 1,600, I think, and finished him off. So we should see Tristol finished, and right behind that, we're going to see Monochi finish by the look of it.
Well,
I see Mono has left me dead again.
Well, you returned it in kind this time, so you can't cast too much shade that way. Oh boy. Poison takes out the weaker black belt. Mono's still alive. Ooh, that's a big hit from Chaos. He was hitting Sasha before. Now it's starting to get a little tight.
Yeah, I was glad I was able to get a couple Invis 2s off with my red mage.
But there it is. Monochi finished as well. 152.05. Strong finishes from Monochi and Tristol. Especially coming back from that pipe.
Chat, do you have any questions for our runners? By the way, I have a question for you, Show and Salty, and we were joined by Tristol, GG Tristol.
GG?
How was the seed I dealt?
I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about it. It seemed pretty straightforward. Once I found the floater, I was in go mode. That's always a nice situation.
Yeah, same. Once I found the floater, I didn't stop for anything else.
Did you have a full stack of 99 potions the first time you went into TFR, Tristol? Because we noticed you ran out, and I know there was some nasty fights with the waters and so on, but just curious if you were full up.
The bad mans at the beginning ate up like 30 of them, and then there was the other water fight that looked really lucky, but still used up a ton of my heal potions. And then yeah, it turns out I needed like 6 turns to kill Chaos anyway, so that wasn't happening.
Yeah, he had about 3,000 HP, give or take. Pretty tanky Chaos, but kind of a kitten. Didn't have too much deadly thunder there, but after that, kind of the wheels came off for him. So pretty easy to beat down.
We are joined by Monochi. GG Monoch.
GG, man.
That's some heart coming back from that nasty wipe on Carrie. You have Chitin to thank for this seed, by the way. We didn't even see what happened because your video froze and then you were outside of...
Death touch.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Maya put a clip up. But at first it was like, what happened? He's outside of Volcano, but his red mage is alive again and he lost all his levels. And then we knew. That was brutal. And you managed to come back from that and finish really strong. So GG for that.
GG. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I lost like at least 10 minutes, I think. I went up to 37. Wait, 38. I thought I had enough levels. Like, nope, just a touch and I died.
Did anyone else run into a war mech?
No, not on stream. Except for you, Show.
I ran into war mech and I also killed it.
Good for you, man.
First place and Warmac defeated? We were going to add Warmex defeated to the statistics at the end. I think it goes right in there with the battle stats. Damage done, damage received, Warmex destroyed. But they haven't got around to it yet.
How about put in Tyros?
Tyros? Okay.
Yep, I got 2 down this seed.
I took out 2 T-Rex since the 8 battle was the 3rd one, I think.
Oh, and for Zondo, just actually forfeited.
Yeah, I think he just wiped out of TOFR and looked up at the clock and decided to save his energy for another time. Sar is still approaching the Sky Castle, hasn't done Mirage or the Sky Fortress yet. Ali G is approaching the Black Orb, I believe, and Zalnop is in TOFR fighting some worms, just about to take on Tiamat. So I'm just about closing things down here. It's almost midnight Eastern time. I think we're going to have to wrap this up soon. So let's go through some final thoughts, gentlemen. Sho Fukumachi.
Well, it was a good seed, not too crazy, and I'm glad I was able to get a Warmech kill in and take the win.
Congratulations. Fine win. And a snipe from behind, too, after hanging on Crystal's coattails the whole time. Salty?
GG, everyone. Sounds like I was kind of lucky again to avoid that death, not seeing that death touch on Carrie. Been lucky this round, I guess.
It's one of those sneaky trolley seeds where if you didn't get hit by the trolley stuff, you would have no idea that it was as nasty as it was. Tristal?
Yeah, TOFR got me this time, but GG, there's plenty more races for me to win yet.
And a strong finish given what happened to you, Minochi. Any thoughts?
Good game, guys. Tristo, good job on tanking today, man. You were in the front. You were 5, dude.
If you like what you saw, follow these runners. They put up a show for us every night that they can, and it's always a pleasure. Chitin, any final thoughts?
All I can say is, if you want a Kaifun seed, just let me know.
And once again, thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us, Zangri for being our tracker, for everybody in the Final Fantasy Randomizer League. I'm Nitz, and good night.
Night and happy gaming, everyone.